Hello everybody and welcome back to more of the Western Kentucky Dynasty. This week we have 2-1 West Virginia out of the Big 12. And they're a pretty tough team. We're in their own stadium. It's our first road game of the year. And first road game for our freshman quarterback. So he will be tested truly for the first time I think this season. So we'll give it off to John Evans here early to start. Now 2nd and 7, going with a little play action. And not a good decision there. Good defense, though, by the linebacker. So 3rd down, we got to make a play. Cruz trying to make it on his own with his legs. Not able to do it. Just short of the 1st down, unfortunately. Sometimes with those scrambling type quarterbacks, you know, have got that speed. You get a little too anxious and want to try to make those plays sometimes too much. But anyway, this halfback gave me a little bit of a problem. He was very shifty and elusive and tough to stop. But luckily on this drive we were able to hold the offense of West Virginia down. They've got a pretty prolific offense even without Geno Smith, who's now of course no longer at West Virginia in this 2013 season. So but they've still got some very solid players, and so now we're going to give it off to Simpson, who stopped in the backfield, but he was brought down by the face mask, so we're going to get a bunch of free yards on this one. Thank goodness for that. Thank you, Shaq Petaway. So a bunch of free yards. Easy stuff, so that puts us in West Virginia territory now, and finding Bo Brand on the in route there. Really should have been intercepted. That should have been broken up by the defender, but I'm not going to complain. We give it off to Simpson, going right up there off the offset I formation, but we would have to settle for a field goal by Jesse Roy. So not bad. We're on the board. We're in the lead on the road, so can't really complain about that. Late in the first quarter, now it's going to be McCartney, who was another player on this West Virginia offense that gave me problems. He was making big plays all day, and we'll go into that later. But here we go. Arias Wright, an interception machine, comes up with that one, so we would get the ball back, and this is how you beat a team like this. We'll throw in a little Rico Brown screenplay for the 1st down. 8-yard run by Keyshawn Simpson. I mean, we're getting some nice plays here, and looking good. And then we're trying a little halfback pass with John Evans, and it's not there, so he takes off and runs himself, which is perfectly fine. So now Cruz is going to go for the corner of the end zone to Higbee. No, almost though. A little too ambitious on that play call, I think, but nonetheless, Cruz is going to roll out this time and find Bo Brand in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. And this is what I love about this quarterback. He's so much more fun to play with, I think. But Brand in the back of the end zone there. Teammates are all over him for that one. 10-0 in the middle of the 2nd quarter. Things are looking nice here, and they want to take a shot right away on 1st down. And they had one-on-one coverage there, so not a bad play call. Not a bad play call at all, but they get a nice 9-yard gain on 2nd down. We're trying to hold them, and Andrew Jackson comes up along with somebody else who I couldn't really see who that was, but making the stop there. So our defense cashing in, offense doing well. So, I mean, we're looking good. Cruz again extending the play, hesitates, and that hesitation cost him some yardage as the defender caught up with him. So we had to punt it away, sadly. And look at the spin move. This guy just was the master of the spin move. This Garrison dude, he was spinning me out all day. So now under 2 minutes to go. Excuse me, I'm yawning. And they are driving McCartney again. A 1st down play, setting them up in our territory now, trying to score. And they are just going right down the field, no problem. And we had an offside penalty on the next play, so they had 1st and 5, and he's going to roll over the defender into the end zone. I thought he was down short of the goal line, but he actually rolled over the defender and was never on the ground until he was in the end zone. But then with seconds remaining in the first half. We're going to get a broken play. And that, by broken, I mean it was broken on the defense's part because we totally owned their coverage deep. That's Joel German there. And look at the missed tackle. Just misses the tackle. So we extend our lead to 10 points going into the second half, and we break up this option play like nobody's business. They'll bring in a little screenplay action. We are going to have none of that, so it'll be fourth down. They'll punt it away, and we are just owning this game right now. We're tearing it up. Our offense is playing well. Our defense is holding their offense for the most part, with the exception of that last drive. I apologize about the yawning. I'm really trying not to, and so we will settle for the field goal. 20-7, a pretty long field goal there as well. But things are just going swimmingly until McCartney, again, this guy, I don't know, couldn't stop this guy for some reason. He was really, him and the halfback, really the two guys I could not really consistently stop. I get another 8-yard gain there on the pass into the flats. And another short pass. They're just working those plays to the sidelines they were eating us up on, but luckily this time we break it up. 4th and 10. They're going to take a long field goal, and it's gonna completely miss. I don't even know if it was quite long enough to make it through, but it was also to the left. So now we work a little play action magic, and Cruz finds a little hole to run through for the first down. There actually was a guy open. I believe it was X, but I didn't. You know, when you're playing, there are certain things you don't see. When I watch the videos back, I'll be like, oh, there's a guy that was open there. There's a guy that was open there. But when I'm playing, you know, you kind of get that tunnel vision. You're focused on a certain receiver, or you're under pressure, so you're not really even watching receivers. And so there was a near interception by Andrew Jackson. But, yeah, so I'm aware that there may be guys that were open on certain plays, but when you're playing the game, you're not necessarily looking at that receiver sometimes, so I certainly facepalm a lot when I watch these back and I see, oh my gosh, there's a guy wide open. It's kind of frustrating, but, you know, that's how it is in real life, too, you know? Quarterbacks don't always see the guy who's open, so... And look at the double spin move, first down by Garrison. Like I said, this guy was tough to stop. And then they're going to find McCartney. Who else? Who else but McCartney in the end zone for the touchdown. So West Virginia, you know, 23-14. Late in the third quarter, they are still in this game. But look at Keyshawn Simpson on the draw. Big gain for him. He's just one of my favorite players to play with. Cruz rolling out to find Bo Brand, the BB. Bo Brand for that first down, and Simpson getting a nice chunk of yards on that play to set up 3rd and 5. Cruz wanted to scramble there, but we were patient, sat in the pocket, and delivered the ball. Simpson trying to get the first, but would come up short by 2 yards. So again, we have to settle for another field goal. Easy chip shot there, 26-14. Pretty solid lead. 12 points on the road against a tough West Virginia team, but there's 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, and anything can happen. And Garrison right up the gut. No problem for him when he has nice blocking like that. You gotta do that. But look at this. Millard shakes off the sack, and Bailey comes down with the ball, shakes off the tackler, in an unbelievable finish to that play. This was an unbelievable play. The shaking off the sack, the jumping catch, and he breaks off the tackle in 19. I don't know what he was doing. I was controlling him and failing all at the same time. So it's 26-21, anybody's game at this point. We're just trying to eat as much time as we can. In 3rd and 1 now, we're just trying to kill the clock off. Simpson gets the first down, so West Virginia is going to have to start using their timeouts, and we're going to really try and get it with our freshmen. We'll get some third-string halfback action with Sumler, and what does he do? He does not get it. on third down. So we're going to eat as much clock as we can, and there's a minute 15 for the West Virginia offense to try and win this game. They need a touchdown, obviously. But they would have a 3rd and 10 in their own territory. We're trying to get a stop. They call a draw. We do 4th and 8, but obviously they got to go for it. They call a screen play. I did not expect this play call here, and they get it barely. Did not see them calling a screen on that one, and that was a good call. Can't deny that. And so now they're walking down the field. They've got the home crowd behind them. They've got the momentum. They're trying to get down here. And look at this. Where's the coverage? Terrible, terrible zone coverage right there. Missed assignments all over the place. And now they're deep in our territory. We're really worried. And that should have put the game away right there. Interception. Should have been done. But 18 seconds, 2nd down. And they're looking here. It's Bailey who gets the catch and fumbles it. He fumbles it out of bounds. They were very lucky that didn't stay in bounds, because we would have recovered that, I'm sure. And Bailey, again, this time gets the 1st down. They will go... And they'll go to spike the ball here because there's only 6 seconds left. They don't have a timeout. So it'll be 2nd and goal. 6 seconds. Down by 5. The Mountaineers at the 2-yard line. They're threatening. And we're going to call a blitz here. And this is where I shouldn't have done that. It was a terrible play call. I thought it was a good idea, but they picked it up. They picked up the blitz, and they get the 2-yard touchdown pass. There's their drive summary. So there's 2 seconds left. So our only hope here is to return this kick for a touchdown. John Evans going to come up the side. He's going to break a tackle. He's got room to run. He's got one man to beat, and if he had the block, number 40 had the block. And we're going to look at this again because this was the most frustrating thing I've ever seen in my life. He should have blocked him, and he missed it. He missed the block. If he blocks it, Evans is gone, and we would win the game at the last second. But instead, we just missed the block by a hair. And that would have been the most amazing finish ever, to return that for a touchdown at the end of the game. But nonetheless, West Virginia, they're the better team. They're at home. And they were just, they came away with the win in the end, and can't really be disappointed with that because they did well. So you can see Crew is still having a great season, though, with 2 touchdowns. He didn't throw an interception in that game. Simpson can't seem to hit 100 yards. He's 99 yards on the day. Still can't seem to get 100 for some reason. I think he has had a few 100-yard games, but he tends to be in that, like, the 90-yard range usually. Andrew Jackson, no sacks in this game for our team, which is, I hate it when that happens. We got to get pressure, and we really lacked a lot of pressure in that game. But Jesse Roy, 4 for 4 on field goals. He was nailing them, but unfortunately, field goals don't always win games the way you want them to. Millard, 347 yards. Garrison, 77 yards. That's 5 yards per carry. And he also had the most receptions, but Bailey and McCartney, both over 100 yards receiving. They burned us big time. Definitely not something that you want to see, but West Virginia's a good team. Don't want to take that away from them, for sure. And they had a missed field goal, but not like it mattered, because they still won. 431 total yards of offense for West Virginia. And we had 343, which includes that 165 yards on the ground. So, good game. We didn't turn the ball over. Each team had a penalty, and, well, that's that. Here I'm just going to show the top 10, since the top 25 doesn't really matter all that much early in the season, but you can just see where everybody stacks up at this point. But next, we will be going on the road to Navy, so we will be looking to bounce back after our loss to West Virginia. And here are our players of the week. Go ahead and pause the video if you want to see specifics, and we'll also show the Sun Belt players of the week, which does not include Western Kentucky. See you all around next time.